John Beltran, Dave Urig, as we begin the second quarter from B. Digger Stadium in this opening round 2A playoff game. Brush leads Lamar 7-0, but third and goal, quarterback sneak. And as Jennings across the goal line, it looks like from here he is, but the official has not signaled it. Now he does. Touchdown for Lamar on the 1-yard quarterback sneak from Branson Jennings, and the B. Digger lead is down to 1 at 7-6.
Well, they've got to anticipate that quarterback sneak when it's so close right there. Linebackers have to kind of cheat up there a little bit and anticipate that the ball's going to be, it's going to be a goose and go where they don't even go on a count. It's a silent count. I'm afraid the Diggers weren't quite ready for that one.
The extra point will be attempted. I don't see a holder out there. I do see Jammin Tate. Or actually, that's the holder. The kicker is now making his way out there.
The kicker was over there changing his shoe. Looked like he was it looks like he must be a toe kicker. He's putting on a flat-toed shoe.
Yeah, Tyler Jarrah, and the extra point is blocked! Blocked by Kyle Rosenbrock. 11:52 to go, second quarter. Brush 7, Lamar 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 5 plays, make it 6 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. A 1-yard plunge by the quarterback, Branson Jennings, but the extra point was blocked by Rosenbrock. B. Diggers lead the Savages 7-6. That was all set up by that 69-yard pass from Jennings to Casey Faziato on a 3rd and 3. And now let's see if the B. Diggers can get a nice return here, because they have really, as we mentioned earlier, dominated the field position. But they've got to do something with it right now with Jara kicking off, and the B. Diggers have got to watch out that Lamar doesn't try something sneaky like an onside kick. They know this B. Digger offense is very potent.
Well, they're sure lining up like if they have that bunch formation. They're all around the football like they're going to onside kick it.
Oh, that one is booted high and very deep. What a leg by Jara. 2 yards into the end zone. B. Diggers will have the football at their own 20. That kind of surprised me.
Look at the discipline for Lamar. Every one of their kickoff guys, they all sprinted all the way to the end zone. They sprinted all the way down to the goal line. Not one of them stopped and held up and walked. They all ran it all the way in.
1st and 10 for the B. Diggers at their own 20-yard line. So this is easily the worst field position they've had in the opening half. We're only 8 seconds into the second quarter. Carter and Lee are in the backfield. On first down, handoff to Lee right up the gut, and he dives to the 21. That's it. The tackle was made over there by Paul Dellinger. Well, they'll give him the 22. A gain of 2, second down, and 8 to go for the B. Diggers.
So Lee's got 1 yard now on 3 carries and finding the going pretty tough on those dives.
And Lee is now going to take a little bit of a breather. Eric Garcia replaces him. Albo is the outside receiver to the right on 2nd down and 8 for the 22-yard line. There's the give to Carter, running right. Big hole to the 25, up the sideline to the 30, back to the middle to the 45. He's taken down near midfield. Tyler Carter running with reckless abandon. Dellinger made the tackle once again, but this time it's a gain of 28 and a Brush B. Digger first down.
And that time, once he got through there, he didn't do any juking and jiving. He didn't turn his shoulders sideways. He just kept him pointing south, and he picked up a lot of yards there.
1st and 10 for the B. Diggers after the gain of 28. The B. Diggers are at midfield. Tormolin is going to hand it off on the left side to Carter, and that time he's got nothing. Right at the line of scrimmage. That might have been a blitz as the tackle was made by Derek Adami, the 5'9", 150-pound senior defensive back, 2nd and 10.
Adami's pretty tough. He's a state champion wrestler, so he's going to be pretty sure-handed out there as he makes tackles.
No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank, 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. 10:19 to go, second quarter. Brush leads Lamar 7-6, 2nd down and 10 to go for the 50-yard line. Tormolin is going to roll to his right, looking to throw, still rolling. He's going to take off with the football up the right sideline inside the 50. Then he's going to be taken out of bounds across the 50 towards the 47-yard line by Jammin Tate. It'll be 3rd down, and let's see if it's 6 or 7 because they haven't spotted the ball, but I think they're going to give him 3 yards to the 47. So it will be 3rd and 7 for the Beet Diggers.
The Diggers had one pattern that was going really long, and then they had another one that was just coming straight across the field. And Lamar's defensive backs are doing a really good job of covering it. And it was a good play there by Tremolin just to tuck it and run with it.
Tormolin does have 15 touchdown passes, make it 16 and 3 interceptions. That's it. 3rd and 7 from the 47. Tormolin on the bootleg right, holds it on his right hip, inside the 50 to the 45, first down up the sideline to the 40, and then he's inside the 35-yard line, down all the way to the 25. Mitch Tormolin disguised that beautifully, giving the Beet Diggers a first down, and it's a gain of 22 for Mitch Tormolin.
Just a great run there. He picked up some nice blocks. Needed one more block to take that to the end zone. Just didn't get it.
Dave, I could barely see the football, so I can imagine if I could barely see it, how Lamar was able to finally find it, and they didn't until he got 22 yards down the field. 1st and 10 from the Lamar 25-yard line. This drive started at the Beet Digger 20. Handoff to Carter. Some confusion there. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Looked like he never got it cleanly, and he was stuffed in the backfield by Hector Morales, the 5'11", 285-pound senior. No gains. 2nd down and 10. This will be the 7th play of the drive for the Beet Diggers with 9:20 to go in the second, leading Lamar 7-6.
Adame's that little nose guard up there, and they got a lot of size on him. He's not very big, but I'll tell you what, he's fast up there, and he's hard to block.
Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. 2nd down and 10 for Brush at the 25-yard line of Lamar. And there's the give on the right side in a small hole there, and I think that's Carter again. Inside the 25 to the 22, or maybe the 23 only. Tate makes the tackle. It's a gain officially of 2 inside the 23, 3rd and 8. And the last 2 handoffs, they didn't look right, Dave.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit of a sloppy mesh, but I'll tell you what, Lamar's just getting so much penetration over there because of those blitzes. We're just not getting a chance to get past the line of scrimmage before we get to running with it.
Weiser's in there with Lee. 3rd and 8 for the Lamar 23. Tormolin, bootleg again to the 20-yard line, inside the 20 to the 15, up the right sideline, and he's taken out of bounds. That's going to be a 1st and goal for Brush inside the 10 to the 9. And that's a gain of 14 yards for Mitch Tormolin. If you're going to jam the middle, exploit the perimeter.
Yep, and if you're just going to be blitzing like crazy like that and going after the first guy we fake the handoff to, you're leaving somebody open. And I'll tell you what, the Diggers have been lulling them to sleep with that middle game, and it's opening the wide stuff up. 1st
and goal for Brush at the 9-yard line. Looking to extend a 1-point lead with Weiser and Garcia in the backfield, the 2 seniors, along with a senior wide receiver, Vince Albo, out to the right. In motion to the left is another senior, Blake. Handoff to Weiser, running right to the 5. He runs over a Savage inside the 5 towards the 2. And let me tell you, Weiser delivered some punishment. It's a gain of 7, 2nd and goal from the 2.
So that takes him to 30 yards on 4 carries. It sure is nice having him back and having that power back there. But get ready for that sweep pretty soon as the Diggers fake the sweep over there. And you know what Coach Dreitz is doing? He's starting to set him up.
2nd down and goal for the 2. Weiser leads the team with 10 touchdowns. He remains in the backfield with Chris Lee. Tormolin hands it off to Weiser, running right. He spins. He's going to be hitting the backfield, but he plunges back towards the line of scrimmage. That's how strong he is. I don't even know if they gave him the line of scrimmage. Looked like he tried, but I think he's going to lose a yard to the 3. Way too much penetration there for Lamar, including Javier Becerra, the 5'8", 170-pound sophomore linebacker, and Uriel Vasquez. It's going to be a loss of 1. 3rd and goal from the 3. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the opening half. Brush leads Lamar 7-6 in this opening round 2A playoff game. Carter and Lee are in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 3. Tormolin hands it off to Lee, and he drives towards the 1. Does he get into the end zone? He's very close, and I think he's just shy of the goal line. It's going to be a gain of 2. Well, that was just shy of the goal line.
If we'd had one guy standing behind him that could have just ran into the pile and helped push him forward, I think he would have got in there.
Looks like it's inside the half-yard line. Beet Diggers will obviously go for it with 6.5 to go in the second. 4th and goal Let's see what they decide to do. The Bee Diggers are taking their time in the huddle. They better not take too much time here. On 4th and goal, Tormolin, quarterback sneak, and it looks like he's in. And that is a touchdown for the Bee Diggers on the QB sneak from Mitch Tormolin. Brush, 13, Lamar 6.
To give Lamar a taste of their own medicine with that goose and go. Just worked out good for Tormolin there. He kind of turned his shoulders sideways. He kind of turned to the right a little bit and dipped his left shoulder and just lunged over the top of Damon Miller, our center.
Okay, now every extra point is big considering that Kyle Rosenbrock blocked Tyler Jara's PAT. After Lamar scored their only touchdown. The Bee Diggers took up nearly 6 minutes. Garcia to hold. Eric Garcia's held a ton for Jesus Cardenas during their careers, awaiting the snap. There was some movement. Was the movement against Lamar. I saw a couple of Savages move. Were they in the neutral zone, or did the Bee Diggers move?
Well, their right defensive end looked like he came across, but we're going to see if they think the Diggers drew him or not.
That is going to be offsides against Lamar. Does Coach Dreitz now go for 2? Usually sends out the 2-point team. This has only burned them once, Dave.
That's a good call to go for it, especially since Lamar already missed their PAT. It'll balance it out. We'll still be in good shape. This is a chance to extend that lead.
Well, this is a chance to go up by 2 possessions. That's the big thing. You go up by 9 if you can convert here. So this is a huge 2-point conversion. And the Bee Diggers are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. That was a 12-play, 80-yard drive in 5 minutes and 44 seconds. And the Bee Diggers had some big plays. A 28-yard run was the biggest by Tyler Carter. And actually, this is a very big play in the first half. 13-6 versus 15-6 with the Bee Diggers receiving the second half kickoff. I mean, there's still over 6 minutes to go in the opening half. But if Brush converts and then holds Lamar, they can take control of the ball game going into the halftime break.
Yeah, what's huge about it is, this forces Lamar into changing their game plan. You can tell they'd like to run that football a little bit, but it's going to force them into throwing the football all the time. And that's exactly what I think we'd like to see.
Timeout brought to you by Edwards Right Price Market in Flowerland at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards Right Price Market in Flowerland.
Now, people might think I'm crazy for saying that, but they've thrown the ball 5 times. They've only completed 2 of them. One of them was that 69-yard pass play, but we have to remember that was a missed tackle.
It was a breakdown.
Yeah.
The 2-point conversion to be attempted now after the Savages were offsides. And the Bee Diggers are normally successful on these 2-point conversions. I would say about 80% of the time. Rosenbrock and Garcia are in the backfield. Tormolin under center. The backs are split. Tormolin hands it off to Rosenbrock, running right. He's not going to get in. He is short. 6:08 to go, second quarter. Brush 13, Lamar 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back with Dave Urich from Beat Digger Stadium in this opening round, Class 2A playoff game. 7 others to be played tomorrow. The Beat Diggers just got a 1-yard sneak from Mitch Tormolin, but the 2-point conversion was missed. The Beat Diggers went for it after Lamar was offsides on the PAT, which was never attempted. And this is still a ball game with 6:08 to go in the second, as the Beat Diggers lead by a score of 13-6. Let's see if Jesus can boot it in the end zone again. It might be a little bit more difficult this time. Up the sideline, bounces at the 11. The ball's picked up at the 10 by Coberly, running to his right across the 15. There's a flag down, and Rosenbrock forces a fumble. The ball is loose. The Beat Diggers might have it at the 19-yard line. The Beat Diggers, I believe, do have it. The football is recovered along the far sideline by the Beat Diggers. Carlos Carrillo recovers that fumble, I believe, for the Beat Diggers along the far sideline. And I'm guessing that flag is going to be against Lamar. Now, I'm not sure. Was that Carrillo or was that? Yeah, it was Carrillo who recovered the fumble.
I'll tell you what, Rosenbrock is always trying to create that. Every time you turn around, you see him trying to rip the ball out of the other team's hands. And that's just an alert play by him to take that chance to force that fumble.
Oh, the Bee-Diggers can break it open right now. It was Rosenbrock who made a great play on Coberly from behind. And Brush is in business with a football at the 20-yard line, leading 13-6. And Dave, special teams. It's amazing.
Freshman on freshman there, too.
1st and 10 for the Bee-Diggers. At the 20-yard line of Lamar, trying to extend a 7-point lead. Tormolen will hand it off to Lee, spinning across the 20-yard line, and he's down at the 17. Eric Nischberg made the tackle. It's a gain of 3 yards. And Lee fought off a hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they came across hard and quick, and he got hit. And luckily for him, Lamar didn't wrap up with him.
2nd down and 7 to go as the Bee-Diggers are in the red zone again. They've been in the red zone the entire first half and have scored on 2 of their 3 possessions. And that was the opening turnover of the game. That's another thing. You win the turnover battle regardless of what you're seated. You usually win the game. Garcia's now in the backfield on 2nd and 7. Pitch right to Garcia, stutter steps, and he's going to be taken down at the 18. He lost a yard. He could not find an area to run through. Derek Adami made the tackle at the 18. 3rd down and 8 for the Bee-Diggers at the Lamar 18, under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Brush leads Lamar 13-6. Bostrom is out. Trevor Blake is in.
Well, on those quick pitches, he's going to have to use those. That's his best asset. Sets his speed and his quickness. So he's got to get to that corner before he stops and hesitates, because Adami's quick there in the middle, and he's going to catch him from behind if he ever plants his foot and tries to cut it back.
Garcia remains in the backfield, and the Bee-Diggers have to take their second time out. With 4:34 to go, second quarter, Brush 13, Lamar 6. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush 13, Lamar 6 with 4:34 to go before the break. The Bee-Diggers have a 3rd down and 8 from the Lamar 18. After Justeven Coberly was stripped by Kyle Rosenbrock and Carlos Carrillo recovered at the 20-yard line, but the Bee-Diggers have advanced just 2 yards on 2 plays. Weiser and Garcia are now in the backfield on 3rd down and 8. Blake in motion to the left. Pitch left to Garcia, looking for a block to the 15. Following a blocker inside the 10, up the left sideline. That's a 1st and goal for the Bee-Diggers. An excellent job by the Bee-Diggers in front of Garcia and Garcia himself. A gain of 13 for E.G.
Yeah, he didn't cut it back that time. He just turned it upfield and just ran hard and used his speed, and, boy, it really paid off for him there.
I wouldn't even mind if the Bee-Diggers scored 2 or 3 plays later just to take up more time off the clock, but the important thing is to get into the end zone. Lamar is definitely going to have time. 1st and goal at the 5. Carter and Garcia in the backfield. Handoff, Carter running left. He's going to be hit across the ankles, breaks a tackle, fumbles, but the Bee-Diggers recover it. It landed right in the hands of, I think, an offensive lineman. That might have been, is that McConnell? No, they're going to say it was Carrillo who recovered it. It's back to the 6-yard line, 2nd down and goal. How about score right now? Forget about taking time off the clock. That was just too scary, and it might be the Bee-Diggers' night, considering that ball landed right there where a Bee-Digger was standing.
Yeah, there was no Savages around it.
2nd down and goal from the 6. There's the handoff on the counter to Carter, running left. He drives towards the goal line, and he's going to be short. Actually, he's well short. I thought he got closer to the 1, but I think they're going to mark him at the 2. Oh, how about inside the 3? It's only a gain of 3. So it's 3rd down and goal after that gain by Carter.
Their defensive end over there on that right side, he was standing there. I thought he was going to make the tackle because he came across the line so hard that the Diggers don't even bother blocking him. And fortunately for Brush, Carter cut it up, and the defensive end never made the play.
Carter and Garcia remain in the backfield. 3rd and goal inside the 3. Tormolen is going to bootleg right, taking it to the outside. Does he have room? He is going to score standing up. He had plenty of room. Mitch Tormolen scores for the 2nd time in the game. However, a holding penalty is going to take it back. A flag is down at the 8-yard line. It's coming back.
Yep, we had them all bunched up there in the middle. It's like we were blocking 2 or 3 of them with one guy, but looked like we had one guy that had his arm reached out there. One of our guys was just reaching out there with his left arm, and he had him hooked.
That is a brutal penalty. It goes from the 3 to the 17. A 14-yard penalty, 3rd and goal. And you'd have to think, Dave, that this Lamar team is going to be ready for a screen.
You know what? That was an easy penalty to throw right there. The flag was well deserved.
Yeah, and the ball's actually at the 18-yard line, so that's a 15-yard penalty with Carter and Garcia remaining in the backfield. On 3rd and goal, Tormolen back to throw, looking deep over the middle. The pass is going to be caught inside the 5. Is that a touchdown? It is a touchdown! A touchdown to Randy Baker from 18 yards away on a bullet thrown by Mitch Tormolen. And the Beat Diggers make up for the penalty and lead the Savages 19-6.
Just dropped back and made it look easy, didn't he? Dropped back into the pocket. He faked the handoff and just stood up there tall and waited for Baker to come across the middle and get open. And Baker hooked right there. He stood there and he caught the ball with his hands, spun around, and ran it into the end zone.
Dave, that type of play more than likely doesn't happen last year because the Beat Diggers were just so good on the ground. But Tormolen now has 17 touchdown passes on the year to go along with only 3 INTs. Well, that might have been a game-changing play right there. Awaiting the snap as Garcia. It's down. The kick by Jesus is up, high, deep, and in between the uprights. 2:32 to go. Second quarter. Brush 20. Lamar 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 6 plays, 20 yards, and 3 minutes and 28 seconds on 3rd down. And goal from the 18. Mitch Tormolen finds Randy Baker from 18 yards away. The extra point was good. The Beat Diggers lead 20-6. The Beat Diggers have now scored on 3rd and long twice. They had a 3rd down and 21 on that 35-yard screen pass to Weiser, then a 3rd and 18. And, Dave, I don't know if that's more about good offense or bad defense, but I tend to think it's more about good offense considering how potent the Beat Diggers have been this season.
You bet, and being able to throw it to the tight end. You know, that's a receiver a lot of teams forget about. And let's not forget to credit that offensive line with some good pass protection.
Short kick taken by one of the up men at the 19-yard line, running across to the 20, now the 30-yard line. And down right there at the 31 for Lamar is Ray Lira, only a freshman. And it looked like Kyle Rosenbrock was around that football along with Eddie Arribas. So Lamar has it at their own 31-yard line with 2:26 to go before the break. And if the Beat Diggers can stop them here, they'll have a 2-touchdown lead going into the break and receiving the second half kickoff and really gain control of the game. 1st and 10 for Lamar at their own 31-yard line. Shotgun formation for Jennings. 2 receivers out to the right. Awaiting the snap. It's going to be a direct snap to Nischberg, but now a flag is down. Have the Beat Diggers done it again? They've lined up off sides already twice. Is this going to be number 3 because the clock was stopped, and I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that's against Brush. I mean, we're going to have to address that with Coach Dreitz after the game because that, Dave, is grossly unacceptable and inexplicable that could happen unless the coaches are seeing something that the referees are not, or vice versa.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on there or why guys can't see where that line is. But, you know, a lot of times they just need to back. Sometimes if you back up a yard, it gives you more time to come out of your stance and make a hold on that offensive lineman anyway. 1st
and 5 from the 36. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Woodward strips the ball carrier, but it's recovered by Lamar. He stripped, actually, the quarterback, Jennings, but it was pounced on by a Lamar lineman all the way back at the 17-yard line. Well, that is a tremendous play and a loss of 19. Well, they'll mark it at the 17. Yeah, it's a loss of 19 yards for Lamar. Well, that changes this possession completely. 2nd down and 24 to go.
We got a big break there, didn't we? I'll tell you what, Brian did a good job, didn't he? Got in that backfield quick, and he was getting ready to make a sure-handed tackle when he knocked the ball loose.
Woodward did a great job on that quarterback, Jennings. 2nd and 24 from the 17. Shotgun, spinning, deep drop, throwing out to the left. It's caught underneath. Kyle Rosenbrock is right there to bring down the receiver of that football underneath, and that looks like the tight end who caught it, Jammin Tate. And maybe for no gain, yeah, right at the 17-yard line. What a play by the freshman Rosenbrock. 3rd down and 24 as Rosenbrock looked like he was tackling the receiver there, the tight end, Tate. as he was being blocked.
Yeah, he was getting blocked big time. He reached out with one hand. He was fighting off the block. He reached out with one hand and was just holding on for dear life, hoping for some help. And I'll tell you what, he didn't get it, and he just pulled down Tate all by himself.
All right, Lamar's letting the clock run down. The B-Diggers only have one timeout remaining, to my estimation. And now Lamar takes the timeout with 48 seconds to go. You know Brush is thinking about scoring one more time. Remember what happened last week when they scored on the final play of the first half against Estes Park. It also happened earlier this year, either against Platte Valley or University with about 2 seconds to go on that long pass to Eric Garcia. Also happened against Valley in Gilchrist. So the B-Diggers can easily score, Dave, inside of 5 seconds.
Yeah, they have the weapons. They just need enough time to snap the ball because they got about 4 or 5 guys. If they can just get them the ball, they can make a play happen there in the open field. But I want to go back and talk about Rosenbrock again. I've heard his name so many. He caused that fumble. I've heard his name numerous times making tackles on defense. He's run the ball already on offense. You know, he's a freshman, but he's just Mr. Hustle out there tonight. He's making a lot of plays.
A ton of plays, and it's 3rd down and 24 for Lamar at their own 17-yard line. And we haven't seen the B-Diggers strip opponents this year, but Rosenbrock did it on that kickoff return. Woodward did it there, which actually goes as a sack with that 17-yard loss. 3rd and 24, one receiver out to the right, one to the left. Shotgun for Jennings. Back to throw, pumping, heaving it up the right sideline. Garcia's out there, and the pass going to be broken up by Garcia beautifully at the 49-yard line. It was intended over there by Faziato, who did have that big 69-yard reception. 4th down. I'm surprised, Dave, that Lamar didn't run the football there just to force the B-Diggers into calling a timeout because it's hard to pick up 24 yards.
Yeah, I'm shocked, too. I thought maybe they'd try to run that clock off. But, you know, that's another one of those coaching errors, you know, that comes back to bite you. And luckily for us, our coaches don't make those kind of mistakes very often.
Well, now the Savages will have to punt on 4th and 24. The B-Diggers do have that one timeout remaining. But remember the leg this kid has, that Tyler Jara. He can really boot that football. They want to keep it away, though, from Eric Garcia. And it's a low snap. It bounces in, and he's going to take a step. He barely gets it off, but gets off a beauty, and it's out of bounds in B-Digger territory. Looks like at the 46-yard line. That was an excellent punt considering a pretty bad snap. And a punt of 37 yards, but the B-Diggers have 36 seconds to go at their own 46-yard line, and they'll have to utilize the passing game.
Now, that punt didn't have any hang time, but it had a tight spiral, man, and it was spinning hard, turned over on about the 30 and carried those extra yards down the field. You know, bounced kind of on the edge of the hash mark down there in front of the Digger bench, and there was no way that Garcia could make a play on it.
1st and 10 for the B-Diggers at their own 46-yard line. Baker's the receiver to the left. On the inside slot is Garcia. 2 receivers out to the right. And on 1st and down from the 46, 1st and 10, there's the handoff right side. And nearly a 1st down. Now it is a 1st down for Carter inside the 45-yard line of the 40, and he's down towards the 36. A little jitterbugging there for Tyler Carter, and the B-Diggers certainly did surprise the Savages. It's a gain of 18 for Tyler Carter. Now the ball's at the 36. The clock restarts after it stopped for the movement of the chains. At the 36, Tormolen. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Throws it deep up the left sideline. That's incomplete. And Eric Garcia was flying down the sideline, but the ball was overthrown as Tormolen got some pressure on him. The play was pretty well defended out there by the Savages. And Derek Adami, 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. They need probably about, especially if you're lining up on a hash mark, I'd say about 15 yards to get into field goal range for Jesus Cardenas with 20 seconds to go. Blake and Albo, the receivers to the right, to the left, are Baker and Garcia. 2nd down and 10. Handoff to Carter, right up the gut, running to his left, inside the 30 to the 25. Still on his feet to the 15-yard line, and Carter's going to be held up at about the 10-yard line. The B-Diggers are checked out at the 15. Never got to the 10, and they might mark it down at the 16-yard line. But that's going to be a gain of close to 20 yards for Tyler Carter. Another big run. The B-Diggers have not had a completed pass. They've run 2 plays, but those 2 plays have resulted in 38 yards with 9 seconds to go. The B-Diggers take a timeout, And more than likely, they'll have to go for the end zone here with these 9 ticks remaining. Timeout brought to you by Edwards Wright Price Market in Flowerland.
Yeah, they're going to have to make sure they don't eat too much clock up and make sure they go to the end zone right away and save that one last second up for Cardenas to kick it. But I got to tell you what, Tyler Carter, 102 yards tonight.
Huge
on
first
11
half.
carries, man. He's having the game of his life there out of the backfield.
Well, and I think the key to this drive, Dave, I know there's only been 3 plays run, but the play calling's been outstanding because Lamar was expecting a pass on the first play, a pass after that incomplete pass. You could tell by the way they were lining up defensively. The Beat Diggers fooled them, and now they're in the red zone. The question is, will the Beat Diggers have to attempt a field goal, or can they score a touchdown on this play? Because they've got no more than 2 plays remaining. They're at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Brush. And you cannot run the ball here because if you don't pick up a first down, you're done. The clock will run out because they do stop the clock for the movement of the chains. Trips to the right. The lone setback is Carter. From the 16-yard line, Garcia's in motion to the left. Tormolin is back to throw. Pressure coming, throws it deep up the left sideline into the end zone. The pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Garcia. He thought he was interfered with in the end zone. 3 seconds remaining. And here comes Jesus Cardenas. More than likely, this will be about a 33 or 34-yard field goal for the Beat Digger Jr.
Yeah, he was hoping for that interference call, but the ball was just thrown a little bit short. If it had a little bit more hang time and been over his outside shoulder, it was just a little too flat of a pass.
Yeah, but I think when you throw off your back foot, Dave, it makes it that much harder to be accurate. But the ball's right in the middle of the field. 33-yard field goal attempt by Jesus. Off the hold of Eric Garcia. This will be the final play of the opening half. And now, did Lamar call a timeout? They did. That's not going to phase Jesus. Remember when Florence called a timeout?
Yeah.
And Jesus booted it right down the middle in that opening round playoff game 2 years ago.
And this is he's got plenty of leg for this too. When he kicks those PATs, like when he kicked that one earlier tonight, the ball landed on the back half of where the high jump pit sits. So he kicks it clear out of the back of the end zone. It almost lands on the track every time.
But this is the best he's kicked all year. 2 touchbacks. Like you said, I mean, his extra points so far, those would have been field goals from 40 yards away. And this is only a 33-yarder. And the Beat Diggers receive the second half kickoff. They can take a 3-possession lead if JC nails his field goal. And again, it's right in the middle of the field, in between those hash marks. So here we go. Garcia is awaiting the snap. You need that good snap. And it's right there, and the kick by Cardenas is up, and that kick is going to be no good. The kick, I believe, was off to the right. That's the end of the first half with the score. Brush 20, Lamar 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.